Or let's bring in Nabil Ali. He is Chief Operating Officer at International Development and Relief Foundation, an organization providing humanitarian aid in Gaza. He joins us from Toronto this afternoon. Nabil, thank you for making time.
Thanks for having me.
Give us a sense of the current humanitarian conditions in Gaza.
Well, it's hard to honestly put into words. We're dealing with nearly 2 years of what is now becoming a genocide. Over 60,000 people have lost their lives. Starvation is rampant. Essentially, if we could produce the data, famine would have been declared already. Children are walking the streets trying to find anything to eat to no avail. Humanitarian aid sits on the other side of the border, and we're seeing a potential of the lives of millions lost here. And it's a catastrophe, and it's extremely awful to see unfold in such a way.
We've heard that even aid workers themselves are struggling to feed their families. Can you speak to what your own staff on the ground are experiencing right now?
Yeah, so essentially our own staff on the ground have gone from, being aid workers that were providing not just humanitarian services before October 7th, 2023, they were providing long-term development support services in Gaza. These were individuals that were implementing comprehensive education programs and, healthcare initiatives and et cetera. And now they're in a situation in which they've lost their homes, they've lost family members, some have lost immediate family members, extended family across the board, and now they don't even have anything to eat themselves. Some are passing out because they don't have anything to eat, and they continue to wake up every single day and put providing humanitarian services first. They try to ensure that clean drinking water makes it to those who need it on the ground. They ensure that our clinics are operational. They ensure children get psychosocial support, and they do that on an empty stomach. Just over this past weekend, our country director had to spend over $600 US dollars for 25 kgs of flour. And that was barely enough to support people within the camp that he lives within and his family, right? And that's the situation that we're dealing with. We're dealing with aid workers that are waking up every day trying to uphold, the importance of providing important humanitarian services on the ground. And they're doing it with an empty stomach. They have nothing to eat themselves, and they're honestly exhausted.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. And so can you tell me a little bit more about what when they are doing the work they're doing on an empty stomach, just some of the situations that they're encountering or the conditions of people that they're meeting?
Yeah, so essentially our country director, Mohammed, on the ground, he has an infection in one of his foot. And essentially when you look at it, he can get comprehensive healthcare services. He's still trying to do work as much as we're trying to prevent him and protect him and support him. There's no way of protecting and supporting anyone in Gaza right now, right? There's nowhere safe on the Gaza Strip. And our teams are trying to do anything that they can. For instance, right now we are providing over 230,000 liters of clean drinking water every single day through our water desalination plant. But that plant is only as effective as much fuel as that plant can receive. So we're dependent on the fuel that we can get through our UN partners. And at times, to run our desalination plant, we need to turn to burning plastic or garbage to actually keep these generators going. And we should never be in a situation like that. And the ingenuity, the commitment of our local teams on the ground is something that we don't take for granted. We're extremely proud of them, but just think about it. Like, you lose your family, you have nothing to eat, you can barely run the programming you're trying to run, and all while bombs are falling, all while children are losing their lives. And now we're seeing malnutrition run rampant, right? And it's extremely devastating. There's this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation that has nothing really humanitarian to that group there, and over 1,000 Palestinians have lost their lives just because they were trying to get food and they were killed while they were trying to get food. And that's the situation we're dealing with. We're watching a genocide unfold in such a tragic way, and it's literally being documented on all platforms. It's devastating.
Nabil, what needs to happen right now? Your organization was one of 100 others that signed a joint statement calling on governments to demand an immediate and permanent ceasefire. So what specific action are you asking countries like Canada, the U.S., EU members to take right now?
Well, number one, it's that immediate ceasefire, right? It's ensuring that the bombs need to stop dropping. It needs to happen right now, plain and simple. That's number one. Number two, we need to allow more humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip, and there needs to be a safe humanitarian corridor for the first time in now nearly 2 years. This is the first humanitarian crisis in recent times in which there is no safe humanitarian corridor, right? There's no way in which aid workers have the safe access to providing services. We have the elderly, we have those who have illnesses, we have children that have no access to the humanitarian services, albeit limited, that are on the strip today. So there needs to be a safe humanitarian corridor established ASAP, and countries need to step up, right? Canada needs to step up above and beyond the statements that are put out. Canada needs to look at things from an economic measure perspective. How can they put in things like sanctions? Then Canada needs to ensure that this arms embargo is put in place and that is completely there. And those are the kind of levels that we're looking to Canada to do, right? Is to really step up and show global leadership, because this will be remembered, right? This is not something that is going to be forgotten about. We will remember who stepped up, who provided support services to the most vulnerable, and we're looking at the lives of thousands of children here that are at risk. It's devastating.
Nabil, thank you. Nabil Ali.